I think it's a good day for a float today. I'm gonna call my friend Mitch.
Hey, Megan. Yeah, float sounds great. You know we need a group of 3, right? You mind if I invite my buddy Rob? Great. Do you have a float plan made up?
Yeah, the forecast looks great. No chance of storms. I'll grab us a river map from the Fish Discovery Center.
Excellent. All right, I'll see you there. Megan?
Hey, you guys ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready. Is that what you're wearing? Well, here's what Darke County Parks recommends. So, Darke County Parks and ACA, American Canoe Association, recommends that when you're going paddling, you dress to get wet. You know you're going to get in the water, you're probably going to be very wet at some point. So, wearing cotton is not a good idea. Lawn jeans or even jean shorts and cotton t-shirts or a cotton hoodie are very bad ideas. They soak up a lot of water. Things like flip-flops are also a bad idea. Flip-flops tend to float and come off of your feet very easily. So some type of closed-toed shoe with a strap on the back is ideal. Don't forget your sun protection, your hat, your sunglasses, and definitely your sunscreen. When you're out on the open water, that sun's gonna bounce right off of the water surface and it's gonna just cook you alive if you don't have your sunscreen on. Lastly, don't forget your water. Everybody needs to drink plenty of water while you're out exercising, whether you're on the water or on the trail. All right, I think we should get our life jackets on and get ready to get on the water.
All right. I can't get my zipper.
All right, give me just a sec. Take this off. Hey guys, we ready to go? Life jackets on and all that? Rob, we have a life jacket issue. Okay, well we can do that. All right, so Megan, what I need you to do is put your arm through like you're putting on a shirt. So throw that around that way, good. And first and foremost, looks like your straps are loosened up good, that's good. Go ahead and pull that together, zip up the middle. Now you should be able to breathe still, that good? Okay, on your sides, you've got some straps here. Go ahead and grab those. You have 2 on each side. Grab those and pull them forward. Again, being able to breathe, but you want it to be relatively snug. Now, right down here by the belly button, you've got a buckle. Go ahead and grab that. Clip that together. You can attach that if it needs to be tighter. You should be able to lift on your shoulder straps, and when you lift up, you don't want that jacket lifting up at all. It should stay pretty well stationary. If it's still riding up, tighten it down a little bit more. You can adjust your shoulder straps too if that helps with your fit. I'm glad to see you've got a whistle. That's always good. Having some type of signaling device is definitely recommended when you're out paddling. So Darke County Parks recommends that you wear a life jacket on all of your floats, even if it's on the Greenville Creek or Grand Lake St. Mary's. This is just a safety measure to ensure that even if you're an Olympic swimmer, you have a flotation device to keep your head above water in the event that there is a mishap or a capsize. All right, watch your step here. All right, well, I know the temperature today is 83 degrees. Let's see what the water temperature is. Well, it's not frozen, and it's definitely above 35 degrees. So that puts us above our 120 degree threshold to avoid hypothermia.
So when you're kayaking on the Greenville Creek and other waterways, make sure that you respect other river users and give them the space they need to enjoy the river in their way. You got a big one.
I think I had a rock.
So when you go to load your kayak or get out of the kayak, always maintain 3 points of contact. So you can do it one way if you're stationary, of 1, 2, and then your third would be your foot in. So 3 points of contact, I stay low, and then I would sit into the boat from here. Or, since I'm kayaking, I can also use my paddle as such to give me those 3 points of contact. So I've got 1, 2, get the water out of my shoe, and 3 points of contact. And then from here, slide on in and you're ready to go. So you have a couple different types of strokes when you're kayaking. You have a forward stroke, which makes you go forward, a back stroke, which takes you backwards, and a sweep stroke. To demonstrate your forward stroke, you want to have your paddle almost vertical, and you're going to reach towards your toes or your knee and push towards your hip, like so. For your backstroke, you want to start your paddle, again, nearly vertical, near your hip, and you're going to push towards the front of your boat. Keeping your paddle, and you're pushing with the back side of your paddle here, so you don't want to rotate your paddle around, but push with your back paddle towards the front of your boat, like so. So your sweep stroke would be a low and horizontal reach from the tip of your boat all the way around. But that's used more for flat water and open riverways. On the small Greenville Creek like this, we do a lot more of correctional forward strokes or a backstroke. And as you can see here in a moment, when I do a backstroke here, it really kicks the nose of my boat around and gets me pointed the direction I want to go. Remember, as we go through rapids and things, we want to go nose or tail first, bow or stern first, never sideways. So, for example, a backstroke turns me very quickly. So while you're on the river, you want to be able to read the river as you're going along. And if you'll notice here on my left, you'll got a couple rocks. If you look closely, you may notice that there's a bit of a V pattern. Right at the point here of the rock is where the V starts, the point of the V, and then it branches out on either side. When you see these V's, whether they're below the surface or not, it allows you to pick up on these rocks. Now up ahead, we can hear a little bit of a rapid. And for the Greenville Creek, that's not overly impressive, so don't get too excited. But we've got a little bit of swifter moving water. And when we hear that and we see that coming up, one thing we want to make sure we're aware of is that we want to look for the calmest water. You might go into it getting really excited because you finally got some fast-moving water, but you want that calmer water to float through because that's going to be your deepest water, and that will allow you to enjoy the float instead of getting stuck midway through.
So here you can see that the shallower water that we see here looks a lot more bumpy than over here through this deeper channel. That deeper channel is what you're looking for with your boat in order to paddle the whole way through.
So we're out for a paddle on the creek, and you find that perfect beach or gravel island to have lunch or take a break. Just remember that within Ohio, once you step out of the water and onto land, you are on someone else's property. So make sure you practice leave no trace principles, and when you stop here or elsewhere, that you make sure that you take all of that, your belongings with you. Make sure you leave only your footprints, and try to be respectful of someone else's property. You don't want to leave a bunch of garbage behind, and if you're capable and you happen to find other garbage, whether it be from someone else's lunch or that's drifted in on a high water event, make sure you pack that out too if at all possible.
So when you get stuck, as you inevitably will, especially in July on the Greenville Creek, it's best to practice the kayak shuffle. Scooting your boat back and forth, rocking the hips, and using the paddle in the water as much as possible, and sighing in frustration. You will eventually make it through, and if worst comes to worst, remember you can always get out and walk your boat. Just watch that it doesn't drift away. Hey Mitch, I'm stuck.
Made it.
So when you encounter a section of moving water along the creek, you want to make sure that you get your boat placed in the proper alignment. This allows you to ensure that you don't capsize, which is always more fun than digging yourself out of the water. So as you go down, you want to make sure you go bow first, straight through the water, either forward or backward. If you have to go stern first, that's acceptable as well. But both of those are advisable over going sideways. If you get sideways at all, let the water spin you the direction it wants to go until you're either forward or backward, and then ride that rapid that direction. Benefit of doing that is that you're going to slice through the water the way you want to. If you hang up sideways as you go through any of these things, your boat's going to want to tilt you to the side, you're going to take on water, and that's when things get a little bit less exciting. Well, more exciting, less fun. So in a minute you'll see us go through here, and we'll demonstrate how to properly go through a moving bit of water.